I might need to move to Atlantis.
Why Chelsea should sign this Ajax reject as their ball-playing centre-back. For cheap, good quality football jerseys, go over to www.jerseyfever.com, a link will be left in the description, and use code atlantisfootball to get 5% off. Before I get into the analysis, just give me 30 seconds to tell you about the OneFootball app, because this is the app I use to keep up to date the latest circulating transfer rumours, and I find the match section on their app incredibly useful as well, as they have stats from pretty much every match from every league in the world, which is great for keeping up to date with the leagues, teams and players that you aren't able to watch as much as you would like. So if you like this channel, you'll definitely love this app, and you'll be helping to support the channel directly, so click the link in the description to get the OneFootball app. So this is the second episode of my Who Chelsea Should Sign series. You may want to watch the first episode, linked in the description, where I give a brief tactical analysis of Tuchel's system at Chelsea, who should be sold, who should be recalled from loan, and the positions that I think Chelsea need to improve. In that first video I talked about the 4 positions that Chelsea need to improve, so in this video I'll be analysing who I think Chelsea should sign in the right wide centre back position in Tuchel's back 3. So as I talked about in the first episode, when Chelsea have possession, these wide centre backs play the role of quarterbacks almost. This is because usually the opposition side defends with 1 or 2 forwards in central positions, closing up the space for the deep line midfielders, rather than being positioned out here, which means that the wide centre backs have a lot more space when they receive the ball than the deep lying central midfielders, usually Jorginho and Kovacic, and therefore if Chelsea can recruit players in these positions who are excellent long and incisive passers, who can create via deep crosses or balls over the top of the opposition's back line, then this will take Chelsea's offensive system to a whole nother level. I do have a few options for this position, so I'll go through a few of them before analysing the player I would sign. Preferably, Chelsea do need a player under 27, as they do currently have an ageing backline with Rudiger, Thiago Silva and Azpilicueta in there. In the Premier League, Ben White from Brighton would be a great signing for any top 6 club. He's one of the best current ball-playing centre-backs around, extremely comfortable when playing out from the back, when under an aggressive press, or dribbling through an opposition's system, higher up the pitch when the chance presents itself. However, he is under contract at Brighton until 2024, so would likely cost in the region of £40 million, which is a fee that Chelsea could pay, but considering my transfer plans in other positions for Chelsea, for the right-sided centre-back position, I'd rather a cheaper option. Stefan Puch and Nordi Mukiele are also great affordable options that Chelsea could look at, with both having played as a right-back through their careers, which does make them perfectly suited to the wide centre-back role. However, I am going to be looking for a creative weapon in terms of their on-the-ball ability, which is why I've gone for an outside-of-the-box option. The player that I would look to sign would be Vitesse Arnhem's Richardly Bazor, who a lot of people will remember from being one of the hottest young prospects in Europe whilst at Ajax. At Ajax he was playing as a box-to-box midfielder, but he didn't break through to become a regular in Amsterdam, and after a few moves around he's found himself at Vitesse, flying under the radar really, as he's now 24 years old and now plays at the centre of Vitesse's back 3 as a ball-playing centre-back. The reason I've chosen Bazor is because he stands out as one of the best ball-playing centre-backs in all of Europe. This season in the Eredivisie he's completed the joint most key passes of any centre-back in the league with 1.2 per 90, which is very high for a centre-back. Daley Blind and Per Scherz at Ajax only complete 0.8 and 0.4 key passes per 90 respectively, showing how impressive Bazor's chance creating output is. He also has completed the second most accurate long passes of any centre-back in the league with 7.4 per 90, recording a long pass success rate of 67%, which is extremely high. He's also made the most dribbles of any centre-back in the league with 1.2 per 90, completing 70% of his dribbles. This is exactly the ball-playing ability that will take Chelsea's offensive system to the next level. Bazor does play in the centre of Vitesse's back 3, where he is given the freedom to push forward when Vitesse have the ball, but I think he can be moved to a wide centre-back position in the back 3, the role that Azpilicueta currently plays. In this quarterback position, Bazor is going to be like another deep-lying creative midfielder for Chelsea. He has a long passing ability to progress a ball into the final third, as he does here with a tremendous bending pass into the striker. He will be excellent at progressing the play with his dribbles through the middle third as well, and when Chelsea have the ball in the final third, he'll have the ability to play these deeper crosses in behind the back line or incisive passes into players around the box, making him a major improvement on Azpilicueta from an offensive point of view. But defensively, Bazor is also impressive. When you watch him play, you can see that he was an industrious midfielder, as he has that aggression and physicality when tackling. Similar to Fikayo Tomori, who like Bazor is a very physically dominant player in the tackle. Bazor is a very good reader of the game as well, knowing which man to pick up in the box when the ball is in a wide position, and he seems to be able to anticipate passes around the box to be able to step out and make a tackle, block or interception. This season in the Eredivisie he has completed 1.3 tackles per 90, which isn't that high, but considering he is playing as a central centre-back in a back three, he doesn't often have players dribbling at him in one-on-ones. However, he does complete 68% of these tackles, only being dribbled past 0.6 times per 90, suggesting that he is a very good one-on-one defender when asked to do so. He isn't a front foot defender who moves out of the backline to anticipate passes and make interceptions like a David Luiz type. Instead, he's more of a covering defender, holding his position deeper and looking to clean up by anticipating movement and passes in behind the back line. And we can see this as this season he's completed just 1.4 interceptions per 90, the 13th least of any centre-back in the Eredivisie. I think this would say that he probably suits a wide centre-back role at Chelsea, as it would allow the central centre-back to Bazor's left to be the front foot defender whilst Bazor retains his position in the back line. However, Bazor does have some faults in his game at the moment, which largely comes from him being fairly new to playing as a centre-back. Aerially, he is weak, as seen as he only completes 0.6 aerial duels per 90, the second lowest of any centre-back in the league, with him also only having an aerial duel success rate of 37%. Now, this would be a major issue if Bazor was coming into Chelsea's system as a central centre-back in the back three, but with him being used as a wide centre-back, he won't be exposed as much, and if he is alongside an aerially dominant centre-back like Thiago Silva, this should mitigate the aerial risk in Chelsea's backline substantially. Bazor also needs to improve his decision making when on the ball. This season in the Eredivisie, he has recorded the most unsuccessful touches of any centre-back in the league with 1.4 per 90, meaning that he is prone to being dispossessed when in possession, which can be a major problem against aggressive pressers, which he will continue to face when in the Premier League. However, I do think this is something that can be easily fixed, with Tuchel giving Bazor defined instructions on where he should be looking to progress the ball forward when in different zones on the pitch. This would lead to him holding on to the ball for less time, which is a large part of why he's getting dispossessed a lot whilst at Vitesse. But despite his aerial ability and proneness to possession loss being concerning aspects, I think that he can improve these, and his on the ball ability is definitely worth taking a risk with. He offers something that very few centre backs can offer, which is the ability to be an attacking weapon when his side have possession. I think his attributes both offensively and defensively do suit the wide centre-back role in Tuchel's system, and at Vitesse it does seem like there's a bit of tension with reports about a disagreement at training just a few weeks ago. Combine this with the fact that he has just 1 year left on his current contract come the summer, then you can see that Vitesse aren't going to be demanding a massive fee. I reckon a fee in the region of £10 million should be enough to sign him, which for a 24-year-old with his profile is definitely worth taking a risk on, with top level ball playing centre backs being worth around £50 to £60 million if available at all at the moment. Bazor seems like a calculated risk worth taking. So in the next episode I'll be looking at the left sided centre back I'd sign for Chelsea, then the left wing back, before looking at the striker that I think Chelsea could sign if the circumstances are right, so you won't want to miss out on those episodes. I'll leave some of my other videos linked in the description below, so remember to subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications so you get notified when those videos come out. If you like this video, remember to give it a like and put your thoughts in the comment section below, and go to the description as well and follow me on my other social media accounts as well.